What is up, everyone? Movie Wayne back again with another review. Oh, just give me a second. What is up, everyone? Movie Wayne back again with another review. This is going to be for the film The Invisible Man, directed by Leigh Whannell, starring Elisabeth Moss, Aldous Hodge and Oliver Jackson Cohen. This tells the story of Cecilia, who decides to escape her abusive relationship, and a couple of weeks later she soon finds out that her controlling ex-partner has in fact committed suicide. She's relieved at first, so she doesn't have to worry no more about him, but strange things soon start to happen around her. She is then convinced that he has faked his own death and has become invisible, stalking her every move. Now that might sound like a ridiculous, far-fetched plot, but if you watch the movie, it will start to make a whole lot of sense, trust me. Now this was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. If you watch my top most anticipated movies of 2020, you will see The Invisible Man is actually on there. But I didn't expect it to be that great. I had Sonic the Hedgehog on there and I expected that to be terrible. But this movie was a very nice surprise. This movie felt like a fresh new take on horror. It's just a bit more clever than the usual stuff we get churned out. I said on my Boy 2 review that horror can be so creative if you allow it. And this is what this movie was, instead of the usual cheap thrills that we are accustomed to. Now this movie contains a lot of long, drawn out, tense scenes, mostly where the Invisible Man is in the room with Cecilia. Now they are longer than your usual generic horror film where I can usually guess where the jump scares come in, but this doesn't exactly go for jump scares. It's more of the fact that I didn't know what the hell was coming, and these scenes worked a treat. I was on the edge of my seat for 10 minutes at times. And you really fear for Cecilia's character. In fact, the whole movie was just full of twists and turns. It felt so refreshing to me as a horror fan, and it just led me down an unexpected road. And there's a scene in this movie where I was just like, I was in total shock. I just didn't see it coming. And after a very great and tense first two acts, the third act goes in a totally new direction. Now this is sometimes where horror movies lose their way and get a little bit stupid. However, The Invisible Man turns up the awesomeness and just gets even better. It's like the third act come along and picked up the first two acts and said, well done guys, you've done a good job, get the fuck out my way. And added to that, we have an absolutely amazing ending. So I just left this film on a high. Also, the score in this film just adds to the whole atmosphere. It bangs on your eardrum as your eyes are glued to the screen. It's a healthy mix, and that's how a horror film should definitely be made. Now let's just talk about the killer in this movie, Adrian Griffin. Although you can't see him, you know that he's a terrible, terrible person because of how scared Cecilia is of him. He has zero compassion for anyone's thoughts, he loves controlling people, and when you have the ability to go invisible along with that, that makes you a very, very dangerous individual, as this film shows. The killer in this film is fantastic. Also, this movie is very, very well acted. I wasn't sure about Elisabeth Moss at first in the lead role, but she was very, very convincing. You could tell she was absolutely terrified throughout this movie, and you really felt for her. Aldous Hodge also played a great supporting actor, and his character just brought that little bit more to the movie. Now, I love the fact that Leigh Whannell has decided to start directing. If you don't remember him, he is Adam from the first Saw movie. Now, I haven't seen Upgrade, but a lot of people had that on their top 10 of 2018 movie list. I really do need to see that. But I have seen Insidious 3, and I thought it was a lot better than the second movie. And his co-creator of Saw, James Wan, defined the horror genre. And he is one of the biggest names in horror right now. And I'm just hoping that Leigh Whannell can go and follow his path, because I do feel like he has a lot to offer. Now, there are a couple of moments in this movie where Adrian is in the room with Cecilia and bed covers are getting pulled and items are being moved around the room and you can't really see the killer, and it felt like a glorified version of Paranormal Activity at times. However, this is more of a mixed bag of thoughts, not really a negative, because he is invisible after all, isn't he? Now, I did watch the 1933 version before going into this, just to see if there was going to be any little throwbacks there. And apart from the surname of the Invisible Man, Griffin, I did not notice any. But when I got home, I looked them up, and there are quite a few, but you've got to look really hard for them. I'm just going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give The Invisible Man an 8.5 out of 10. This is a real treat for horror fans, but I can also see a lot of other people having a great time with this. It's just nice to see a horror movie do something a little bit different and be a lot more refreshing. This is the best horror film I have seen since Hereditary. At the end of these reviews, I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now, the fun fact for this movie is that this was intended to be part of the Universal Dark Universe, but when The Mummy flopped at the box office, they decided to scrap that and just do standalone films, and this is one of them. Okay everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this review. Got a lot more reviews coming, lots more different videos, so if you want to subscribe for more, please feel free, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks, take it easy, see you later.